All right, so today I want to talk to you guys about scale weight, people judging you, people looking at you, and just to give you a little bit of an insight, because the biggest thing that I notice is like people, if you stand on the scale and it's a little bit heavier for one day, people freak the fuck out, Like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm heavier. Someone from, they're going to notice, I'm going to look puffier. I've had a big day of overeating or a weekend of overeating, and you get so much in your head, and you're thinking that everyone's going to be looking at you, everyone's going to be judging you because you're a little bit heavier. Guess what? No one notices shit. No one's going to notice that the scale is up. No one's going to talk to you today and be like, Tice, is your scale up today? Are you 1.5 kilos heavier? What's going on? No one notices that. What we do notice is big, weight changes. So like, within, I'd say about probably 4 kilos onwards, which is like 8 to 10 pounds, that's when people start to notice whether you've gained weight or lost weight, all right? And again, even if you have 4 kilos in water weight in a week, for whatever reason you've done, if it drops back down, it is what it is because it's water weight, okay? This is where we need to understand that, again, no one's going to fucking notice anything about your weight fluctuations. The only person who's going to notice that is, surprise, surprise, you. Because everyone's focused on themselves, just like you're focused on yourself, You weigh yourself this morning, the weight's up, you're stressing out, you're scared, you're freaking out, whatever the fuck's going on. Guess what? No one gives a shit. Now, here's the thing. The question for you is, does it actually matter your scales weight is up a little bit today or yesterday or whatever it's been? Like, have you been eating like shit? Have you not been training? Have you not been, doing your steps? If the answer is, yeah, it's been shit, then guess what? That's an important thing you need to focus on. You need to get back on track. You need to work that out. But if you have been on track and everything else has been well, then who gives a fuck if the scale weight has gone up? Because the scale weight is going to basically, in a way, not always, but as a trend over weeks, will dictate whether you are doing the right thing or not. You have daily fluctuations, it's normal. If it starts to trend up continuously and it keeps going up, guess what? You're probably eating more than you're burning, which is an issue. So that's what you got to work on, your lifestyle habits, your nutrition, all those type of things. But if you've been doing well, if you've been on point, if you've been choosing the right foods, if you've been doing your exercise, if you've been walking, if you've been doing all those things, then the scale weight fluctuation shouldn't fucking matter at all to you. Because if you ask yourself those questions, have I been eating well? Has my lifestyle been on point? Have I been doing my training and my steps? If the answer is yes, 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 then guess what? You don't know why that scale is going to fluctuate. You can't control that fluctuation. You only focus on the process. Right? The process is what's going to determine whether you're a success or whether you're failing, all right? Because again, if you don't focus on the process, you're not going to get the outcome, because the outcome is a result of the process. Surprise, surprise. Yet we always focus on the outcome like, oh, I want to achieve X. But guess what? You can't control that outcome to a degree. Like, you can't control exactly what that scale is going to say. You can't control whether you lose or gain this week. You can in a way, but you can't control what the scale says. Can you control what you eat? Yes. Can you control what you do in your steps? Yes. Can you control what you do training wise? Yes. Those are the things that matter most. All right. And this is why we have to learn to flick that switch and change that mentality, because when you start to think like that, like, am I doing the right things, I guess you would say, like, or am I doing this? That's when you know if the answer is yes and yes, then you are in alignment with your goals, right? Because it's not about the outcome goals, it's about the process. And with that scale weight, the scale weight on a daily fluctuation shouldn't mean shit in the grand scheme of things if you are working on consistency, which is what you should be working on. Because again, some days that scale weight's going to be higher, some days it's going to be lower. You can't do anything about that. But what you can control is the food you put in your mouth, the activity you do, all right? And then over time, like I said, it's not a week, it's not, I'd say 2 weeks, 2 to 4 weeks. If you are doing those right things, that scale weight will trend in the right direction. But that's not an indicator of progress. Or again, if for whatever reason you've been doing really well, the scale is going down and then it's jumped back up, it's not like you fucking gain magically body fat overnight. Like, people get so stuck in their head about the scale, and it's like, hang on. You were on track yesterday, but now for some reason today you think you're not on track. Like, where have I missed the mark here? What the fuck has happened? Like, where's this interruption? It hasn't happened, right? People just get so stuck on that scale. So I urge you, do not get caught up in the scale. Focus on being consistent. Do not fucking fuss if the scale's up for one day. No one's going to notice. No one's going to give a shit. You get straight back on track. You keep moving forwards. All right? So, as always, if you guys have any questions, hit me up on Instagram. @TysonTheTrainerr with 2 R's. Until next time, my friends, speak to you then.